Покаяние в грехах наших. Радуется сердце наше этому новому храму. Он еще не закончен. Еще нет дня священных изображений, почитать которые христиане начали от первых дней, почитание которых было утверждено как раз тем событием, которое празднуется завтра.
Then Vladika went to Paris after that, and he was the ruling bishop of Paris for a while. Then, when the turmoil in San Francisco started with the building of the new cathedral, it was decided that Vladika would be appointed to San Francisco.
Vladika was officially assigned to San Francisco in 1963, in late spring, after Vladika Tikhon repose.
When I finished the university as an engineer, that was the time that Bishop John was sent over here to settle things down and to complete the construction of the cathedral. And as soon as I finished the university, he assigned me to the construction committee and also to the Prihatskoy Sovet, parish council.
The cathedral was a skeletal structure of I-beams, and it stood for approximately, as I remember, about 5 or 6 years without any concrete on it. Had it gone another year or two, the I-beams would have had to been replaced, taken down, and started all over again. Vladika had prayed, and miraculously, the cathedral started to be built. He blessed the grounds. We had a big processional from Priut, which is Tikhonozadonsky on 15th and Balboa, and we went down 15th Avenue to Anza to 26th to Gary, and there was a Moleben served there, and I would say there was at least 1,500 people in the processional. That was one of the things that was probably his first miracle in San Francisco that was really, I thought, was most noteworthy.
Looking back at my 40-plus years of business and development, he was by far one of the best administrators that I have ever known, from the standpoint of how he could manage the various committees, how he could manage various projects, how he managed people, and of course his management style came from the love of people.
People, in San Francisco always talked very highly of Vladika John, and always, could not do more to him. It's interesting that when people tried to give him money, as my parents, if they had extra, they would try to give money, but they learned very fast. If you tried to give money to Vladika Jan, he would say, "No, I have no needs." What you had to do was tell him, "For your needs." He had many needs of the priud, the orphanage, and he helped other people. So he didn't have needs, and if you told him that it's for your needs, he would take that and bless you.
He would always never refuse help to anyone, be it personal help, be it in any other way, and so people would respond to him like I've never known anybody to respond to anyone.
Vladika loved children very much, and he loved everyone. But children, I think, especially because the purity of their heart, not spoiled yet by life.
Vladika loved kids. Kids flew to him. They swam to him. He just adored kids, and the kids adored Vladika.
He realized the need for the Russian youth to socialize. Once after a liturgy, he asked us what we were planning to do, and the altar boy said they want to go see a film. And he asked, what's the name of the film? And then he gave money to all the altar boys that wanted to go to buy the ticket.
When Vladika came, I started serving as an altar boy it was still at the old cathedral on Fulton. And one of the things is Vladika would always tap us on the head with a posach, his staff. If Vladika didn't tap you on the head with his staff, that means you were in trouble. You were in real trouble. I've been in trouble. I know. You feel like nothing.
Growing up, I remember several times that we would go to the bishop, say before some exam, and you didn't study, and you think, okay, you're going to go and get the bishop's blessing because you're going to have a math test or whatever kind of exam you're going to go into. Well, the bishop knew that if you didn't study, he would get really upset. He said, why you come to me for a blessing? You're not, you didn't study. I'm not going to give you a blessing. Well, in that case, you knew you didn't study and you didn't get bishop's blessing. You knew you were cooked. But this, when the bishop gave us the blessing for our marriage, I knew, conversely from my other experiences of trying to get his blessing when I didn't study, but this was okay. Everything was going to be fine. And it's really turned out that way.
43 years.
Yeah, 43 years now. So.
Vladika's day began very early. He would rise to read his prayers. He served liturgy every single day, either at his residence, the orphanage of St. Tikhon, or in the cathedral in San Francisco. At 3 o'clock every day, we would read the 9th hour. Having come home, he would tend to his duties. He received many, many letters every day, and he answered them always personally. He would have a light snack with coffee in the evenings, and then he would either at the priut, at the orphanage, or again at the cathedral, go for the Vesper service. If he served at the cathedral, or actually if he was present at the cathedral, on the way home he would stop at the hospital again. He would have supper very late, at either 11:30 or during summer months, during daylight of time at 12:30, and then he would retire after that. Since the day of his monastic tonsure, he did not sleep in the bed. He slept in an armchair.
He gave up sleeping in a bed for the 44 years he was a monk. He gave up that incredible, normal thing in our lives of sleeping in the bed just to keep himself under his control, to break his own will.
Vladika was very humble in his personal life, but in church, he was a prince of the church. He was very cautious that the episcopal dignity be properly represented. Vladika was very strict with clergy, demanding that it was regardless whether it was monastic or white clergy, that they diligently performed their duties.